Night Terror by Melhrain. Soul thudding hard, Dance shot up in bed. Breathing heavy, he could feel the sweat dripping down his skull as terror thrummed through his bones, a heavy bass filling the room in reaction. In an instant, the two others in the bed were awake and moving. Red was upright and growling, slightly fuzzy eyelight doing a quick scan of the bedroom. The intensity of his magic lit the room in a soft glow that worked to relax Dance a little bit. The warm arms that wrapped around his shoulders reassured him even more. "Dance, you with me, sweetie?" Lust's voice was soft, still a little heavy with sleep. Dance felt a stab of guilt at waking his boyfriends up. Fuck, why did this have to keep happening? It had been years, why wasn't he over this yet? "Hey, none of that shit," Red's voice growled, clawed hand coming up to brush the sweat from Dance's skull. "You're fine, kitten. We don't mind helping you." The tender caress of deadly claws served to finally calm the beat of the music, its slow fade matching the slowly evaporating fear coursing through him. Eyes drifting closed, he shot them open immediately. It always took a while for him to be even able to keep his sockets closed after one of these, terrified that the next time he opens them, he'll see gold. Lust tightened his arms around him, snuggling close for a moment before slowly drawing away. "I'm going to go draw a bath, okay, sweetie? You need to rinse the sweat off before you get a chill." Dance desperately didn't want to lose Lust's warmth, but knew he had the right idea. It wouldn't be long before the adrenaline wore off and then he would be freezing. Nodding reluctantly, he let Lust pull away, having to release his grip of the other's arm in the process, not remembering grabbing it in the first place. As Lust climbed out of the bed, Dance turned to Red and crawled into his already open arms, straddling his hips and wrapping his arms around Red's wide shoulders. Tucking his head against Red's cervical vertebrae, he breathed deeply. Strong arms tightened around him, and the scent of watermelon and salt filled his senses. On the exhale, the remaining tension in his spine released, making him slump against his boyfriend. Red took his weight like it was nothing, continuing to hold him close. Dance could faintly feel emotions radiating, worry and comfort prime amongst them. He pulled the comfort around himself like a cloak, letting the warmth chase away any lingering tendrils of fear in his soul. He could hear the water shut off in the bathroom. When had it started? And that worked as Red's signal to slide an arm under Dance's femurs, lifting him easily. Dance was quick to wrap his legs around Red's pelvis, ankles locking behind him. Clinging to Red like a koala, he didn't let go through the walk to the bathroom, even as he felt the awkward shuffle of Red lowering himself into the tub. Red didn't seem any more eager to lose his grip on Dance. He carefully started by kneeling in the tub, warm water lapping at their bones, before carefully shifting to sitting down, legs crossed under him. Dance sighed in relief at the blistering hot water, relaxing his hold just a little. The water moved, it and the heat at his back telling him where Lust was. The soft brush of a loofah on the back of his ribs, rinsing off the sweat, was another comfort. Lust worked slowly but diligently, gently rinsing off each rib and vertebrae until all Dance could feel was warm. A touch to his scapula had him releasing his hold on Red, already knowing the message. Leaning back, he trusted Lust to hold his weight, head settling on a heated clavicle. Lust handed the loofah to Red, who took over the thorough wash of Dance's ribs and sternum. Dance watched the single red eyelight that focused intently on him, his own lights fuzzing in content. A final brush of the fabric on his skull prompted him to finally close his sockets. Deadly claws scritched under his chin above the collar, and he sighed at the familiar comfort. They stayed like that, together, until the water became lukewarm. Dance felt like he was on a cloud, floating between his two lovers comfortably. At some point, his legs had relaxed from their hold enough for Red to slip away. Dance would have complained, but the comforting buzz of the collar noticeably increased, so instead, he merely grumbled and snuggled back against Lust's chest. He was only faintly aware of Lust moving him until he had one arm under his knees and another cradling his scapula. Lifting him out of the water, he whimpered at the cold air but was placated at the towel that was immediately placed over him, the soft fabric caressing his bones as Red worked to dry him off. Once finished, he felt the trade-off, Red lifting him from Lust's arms. Time seemed to blur, one moment being cradled against Red's ribs, the next being carefully lowered to fresh sheets. Lust was already in bed, Dance instantly seeking him out and curling around him. His free hand vaguely felt the air over and behind him until Red gripped it, curling his own larger body around Dance's back. The sheets were pulled up and over him, likely by blue magic, but he couldn't seem to summon the urge to open his sockets to check. Instead, he snuggled closer to Lust and pulled Red's arm around them both, fingers tangling with claws. Sighing contentedly, he breathed in watermelon and home and drifted back to sleep. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you liked it, hit the like button to let me know and subscribe to see what I make next. Links in the description lead to the original fic posted on AO3, as well as my Patreon and Ko-fi. If you like my stuff, please consider supporting me. Every little bit helps. Lastly, if you have a request for a recording, whether a one-shot or a series, let me know in the comments. I also do commissions, details of which are on my Patreon. So keep in touch. Bye!